Hello, esteemed gentlemen. Sigma males are the enigmatic outliers who have mastered the art of solitude, thriving in a society that can't quite comprehend their refusal to conform. They are the silent warriors who navigate life on their own terms, untouched by the noise of social expectations and the superficial connections that most people cling to. But why do these lone wolves have no friends? The answer is both unsettling and liberating, because in a world that prizes conformity, the Sigma male's indifference to social validation isn't just unusual, it's downright intimidating. This isn't about loneliness or a lack of social skills. It's about choosing to walk a path so fiercely independent that it leaves no room for the trivialities that most friendships demand. If you're ready to dive into the harsh truths of why Sigma males prefer to stand alone, brace yourself. This journey will challenge everything you thought you knew about what it means to be truly self-sufficient. Number 1. Sigma males are not just interested in relationships. Sigma males aren't just uninterested in relationships. They see them as accessories that are more take it or leave it than must-have essentials. Imagine someone who already owns a top-of-the-line sports car and is being offered a bumper sticker. Sure, the sticker might add some flair, but does it really enhance the ride? Probably not. That's how Sigma males feel about relationships. While others scramble to be part of social circles, tying their self-worth to how many people they know or how many invitations they receive, Sigma males are perfectly content cruising solo. They don't crave the social validation that comes from being surrounded by people. In fact, they've found that being alone often leads to more clarity, creativity, and peace of mind. It's not that they're anti-social or have anything against friendships, it's just that they see them as optional rather than essential. Relationships, for them, are like a hat on a windy day. Nice to have, but they're not going to go out of their way to grab one. When you're as comfortable in your own company as they are, the need to connect with others becomes secondary. They can sit in silence and enjoy their own thoughts without feeling the urge to fill the space with meaningless chatter or forced camaraderie. It's a level of self-sufficiency that most people only dream of, and it allows them to focus on their own goals without the distraction of maintaining relationships that, frankly, they don't feel a pressing need for. While many people equate friendships with support systems, Sigma males see them more as potential distractions. Why invest time and energy into something that might not bring them closer to their goals or enrich their inner world? They're not looking for people to fill their time or boost their ego. They've got that covered on their own. If a relationship doesn't offer genuine value, intellectual, emotional, or otherwise, they're more than happy to skip it. To them, friendships can sometimes feel like unnecessary bells and whistles on an already well-oiled machine. They might appreciate the offer, but they're certainly not going to feel incomplete without it. Number 2. Sigma males don't care what anyone thinks of them. Sigma males operate in a realm where other people's opinions don't even register on their radar. It's like they've got a built-in filter that automatically screens out any noise about what others think of them. They're not just indifferent to judgment, they're practically allergic to it. While most people spend their lives trying to fit in, seeking approval like it's the Holy Grail, Sigma males couldn't care less if they tried. They've figured out that trying to please everyone is a one-way ticket to losing yourself, so they skip the whole circus altogether. Their self-worth is self-generated, not borrowed from the approval of others. This unshakable confidence allows them to move through life with a kind of freedom that's rare. They're not constantly checking to see who's watching or worrying about whether they're measuring up to someone else's standards. In fact, the idea of altering their behavior just to fit someone else's mold is laughable to them. It's like trying to squeeze a lion into a hamster cage. It's just not going to happen. Because they're so self-assured, Sigma males often come across as nonchalant, but that's not because they're trying to project a cool image. They genuinely don't need external validation to feel good about themselves, and this can be both bewildering and frustrating to those who are used to others caring, perhaps too much, about what they think. To a Sigma male, opinions are like passing clouds. They might cast a shadow for a moment, but they never stick around long enough to change the weather. This ability to stay above the fray makes them incredibly resilient to social pressures. While others might stress over how they're perceived, Sigma males are too busy doing their own thing to worry about the latest gossip or trend. It's not arrogance, it's simply that they value their own perspective far more than anyone else's. And let's be honest, it's a lot easier to stay true to yourself when you're not constantly seeking approval from the crowd. Number 3. Sigma males can see through people. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to see right through people, almost like they've got X-ray vision for human motives. They're not easily fooled by appearances or sweet talk because they've honed a sixth sense for sniffing out hidden agendas and insincerity. It's not just that they're observant, they're downright intuitive. They can pick up on the tiniest inconsistencies in what people say versus what they actually do, and that makes it hard for anyone to pull the wool over their eyes. This sharp perception isn't just a party trick, it's a survival skill. Sigma males have learned that most people wear masks, often hiding their true intentions behind a facade of friendliness or charm. But when you're dealing with a Sigma male, you might as well drop the act, because they'll see through it faster than you can say trust issues. This talent for reading between the lines makes them incredibly selective about who they let into their lives. They're not interested in shallow connections or relationships built on pretense. If they sense even a whiff of inauthenticity, they'll keep their distance without a second thought. But this ability to see through people can also be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it protects them from being manipulated or taken advantage of. On the other hand, it makes forming friendships a bit of a challenge. When you can see through all the small talk and social niceties, it's hard to find people who are genuinely worth your time. Sigma males would rather be alone than waste their energy on relationships that don't pass their rigorous authenticity test. And let's face it, when you're that good at reading people, the pool of potential friends gets pretty small. But for a Sigma male, that's a small price to pay for the peace of mind that comes from knowing they're surrounded only by those who are real and trustworthy. Number 4. Sigma males are not afraid of missing out. Sigma males are completely immune to the fear of missing out. While everyone else is busy trying to be everywhere at once, convinced that the world will pass them by if they skip a single event or social gathering, Sigma males are calmly doing their own thing, unfazed by what they might be missing. The concept of FOMO just doesn't compute for them. They're not the type to scroll through social media, feeling a pang of envy over someone else's night out or latest vacation. In fact, they're probably the ones who didn't even bother to check in the first place. For a Sigma male, solitude isn't something to avoid, it's something to embrace. They understand that real value isn't found in a crowded room or in keeping up with the latest trends, but in the time they spend focusing on their own goals, passions, and growth. They don't need the constant validation of being included in every plan or event. If anything, they see those as distractions from what truly matters to them. While others might chase after every opportunity to be seen and heard, Sigma males know that what's important will come to them naturally, without having to force it or chase it down. And let's be real, when you're as confident and self-sufficient as a Sigma male, you don't get caught up in the hype of what others are doing. They've mastered the art of prioritizing quality over quantity, even when it comes to their time and attention. So while others might stress over missed invitations or not being in the loop, Sigma males are perfectly content being out of it. They know that whatever they missed wasn't essential to their happiness or success. They're too busy living life on their own terms to worry about fitting into someone else's idea of what's important. And that's precisely why they're so at peace. Because they're not afraid of missing out on things that in the grand scheme of their lives don't really matter. Number 5. Other people find Sigma males intimidating. People often find Sigma males downright intimidating, and it's not because they're loud or flashy. Quite the opposite, actually. It's their quiet confidence and unshakable sense of self that can leave others feeling uneasy. While most people are out there trying to make an impression, Sigma males don't need to say much at all to command attention. There's something about their reserved nature and laser-focused demeanor that makes others feel like they're dealing with someone who's on a completely different wavelength, a wavelength that doesn't bend to social norms or expectations. This intimidation factor isn't something they cultivate intentionally. It just comes with the territory of being so sure of themselves. When someone is so at ease in their own skin, it can throw people off, especially those who are used to the usual social games of status and approval. Sigma males don't play those games, and that can be disconcerting. It's like trying to figure out a puzzle that doesn't come with instructions. Their unpredictability, coupled with their preference for operating under the radar, adds to the mystique that surrounds them. People can't quite pin them down, and that uncertainty often breeds a kind of nervous respect. What makes it even more intriguing is that Sigma males don't care about the impression they're making. They're not out to prove anything to anyone, and that lack of neediness is what really sets them apart. They don't have to raise their voices or puff out their chests to be taken seriously. Their mere presence does that for them. This naturally creates a power dynamic where others feel compelled to measure up, even though the Sigma male isn't actively engaging in any competition. It's like they've got this invisible aura that says, "I know who I am, and I don't need your approval," which, let's face it, can be a little intimidating when you're used to people seeking validation left and right. So while Sigma males might not intend to make others feel uneasy, it's an unavoidable byproduct of their strong, self-assured nature. They walk through life with a quiet strength that doesn't need to be broadcasted, and that can be more intimidating than any loud attention-seeking behavior ever could. Number 6. Sigma males don't need to prove their worth. Sigma males have zero interest in proving their worth to anyone, which is a rare trait in a world where everyone seems obsessed with validation. They don't parade their achievements or seek approval from others because they don't need to. For them, self-worth isn't something to be flaunted or debated. It's an internal compass that guides their every move. They know who they are, what they're capable of, and where they're headed, and they're not looking for applause or a pat on the back to feel good about themselves. This refusal to engage in the endless game of one-upmanship can be both refreshing and perplexing to those around them. While others might jockey for position, eager to be recognized for their talents or successes, Sigma males simply keep moving forward, unbothered by the need to be noticed. It's not arrogance, it's a deep-seated confidence that doesn't require external reinforcement. They don't need to shout their accomplishments from the rooftops because, in their eyes, the only person they need to impress is themselves. This self-assuredness can make them seem aloof or detached, but it's really just the byproduct of knowing their value without needing it constantly validated. They're the kind of people who will silently crush their goals while others are busy broadcasting every minor victory. The irony is, their quiet competence often speaks louder than words, leaving others in awe and sometimes a little jealous of how effortlessly they seem to succeed without seeking recognition. For a Sigma male, life isn't a popularity contest or a race to outdo others. It's a personal journey, one that they navigate with a calm, quiet confidence that doesn't need to be proven to anyone else. And that, in itself, is their greatest strength. They're the masters of their own narrative, and they don't need anyone else's approval to keep writing their story exactly as they see fit. Number 7. Sigma males are mysterious and elusive. Sigma males are mysterious and elusive, like that one secret ingredient in your favorite dish. You know it's there, but you just can't quite put your finger on it. They move through life with a subtlety that leaves others guessing, never revealing more than they intend to. It's not that they're hiding something. They simply value their privacy in a world that constantly demands oversharing. While everyone else is broadcasting their every move on social media, Sigma males are quietly making things happen behind the scenes, perfectly content to let their actions speak for themselves. This air of mystery isn't an act or some elaborate strategy to keep people intrigued. It's just who they are. They don't feel the need to lay all their cards on the table, and they certainly don't care for the attention that comes from being an open book. Instead, they keep a lot of their thoughts and plans to themselves, revealing only what's necessary and keeping the rest under wraps. This keeps people on their toes, never quite sure what the Sigma male is thinking or what he'll do next. But here's the thing. This elusiveness doesn't push people away, it draws them in. The less a Sigma male says, the more others want to know. It's like they have this magnetic pull that comes from their ability to maintain an aura of intrigue without even trying. People are naturally curious, and when faced with someone who isn't eager to divulge every detail of their life, that curiosity turns into fascination. It's as if they're a puzzle that others can't resist trying to solve, even though they'll probably never get all the pieces. This mystery isn't just about keeping others in the dark. It's about maintaining control over what they share and with whom. Sigma males are selective about who gets to know the real them, and that makes their inner circle all the more special. They're not interested in being an open book for everyone to read. They'd rather be a complex novel that only a few get to truly understand. And that's exactly what keeps people coming back for more, trying to unravel the enigma that is the Sigma male, even if they know they'll never fully succeed. Number 8. Sigma males always observe when they are in a new place. Sigma males are the ultimate observers when they enter a new environment, and it's almost like they're conducting their own private reconnaissance mission. While others might dive headfirst into conversations and social interactions, Sigma males are strategically positioned on the sidelines, taking mental notes and sizing up the scene. They're not being antisocial, they're just doing their homework. Picture a spy in a high-stakes mission. Every detail matters, from the layout of the room to the subtle body language of the people around them. That's how Sigma males approach new situations. They're not rushing to make a splash, instead they're meticulously studying the dynamics and gathering information. This isn't just idle curiosity, it's their way of assessing the situation to figure out how they can navigate it most effectively. They observe the social cues, notice who holds the power, and identify who's likely to be genuine versus who's just putting on a show. This ability to blend in while simultaneously gathering intel makes Sigma males incredibly adept at maneuvering through different social landscapes. They can adapt quickly because they've already got a clear understanding of the lay of the land. It's like they're playing a game of chess, but they're always 3 moves ahead. They don't need to force their way into conversations or situations. They prefer to watch and wait, letting their insights guide their actions. And here's where the magic happens. This keen observation not only helps them navigate social interactions, but also allows them to make strategic decisions about where to invest their time and energy. They're not easily swayed by superficial charm or flashy gestures. Instead, they use their observations to form connections that are authentic and meaningful. So while others are busy trying to be the life of the party, Sigma males are calmly and quietly ensuring that when they do engage, it's on their own terms, with all the information they need to make the best choices. Thanks, gentlemen, for tuning in. Please share this video, like, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.